Well, a little bit of a surprise. A guy that has been here before said, hey, can you service my leaf blowers? He's got two of them. He's got two Husqvarnas. They're identical. So he just wanted new air filters, no fuel filters, spark plugs. He said this one didn't run. Wait, nope, that's not right. This one. He said this one doesn't run right. But I ran them both for 15 minutes, adjusted the throttles, the whole thing, and it ran fine. So this guy, you know, he said he was going to be 3 weeks before he picked this one up. This guy, he was supposed to be over Saturday, he never showed up. Oh, and this is the snow blower, and that came with this one, with the same guy with the leaf blowers. I'm cleaning the carburetor right now in the ultrasonic cleaner. Hopefully that'll work. These are terrible. These MTDs. This is a 2-cycle engine, so it takes the fuel oil mix, and everything's buried. And so I always found, I mean, you can't even take the screws out of the carburetor. The screws that go in it, you cannot remove them. They're stuck. So if you bought a new carburetor, I'm not sure what you would do. So this is here, but I always found with these, it's just better to cut this off. Nobody really cares. They don't even notice half the time. So hopefully that's all it needs. I got to start with starting fluid. It was just full of water. I mean, full of water. I would pull the cord and water would come out of the muffler. So you can see that's all that came out of the muffler. That right there. That was crazy. So like I said, I got the ultrasonic cleaner cleaning that carburetor. We'll see. Let's go down there. Now it's noisy in there, and for some reason the ultrasonic cleaner actually affects the sound, the microphone, I guess, of the camera. So it's hard for you to hear. Uh-oh, it's off. Did we oh, we're out of time. Well, I didn't think we were in here that long. That's cool. So let's get that turned off. Okay, so now I drain the cleaner through a wet wipe. This is a wet wipe there, into a pot, and that way it kind of filters out the dirt, and then I use that fluid over again. We'll go ahead and wait a few seconds for this to drain, and then we'll wipe out the bottom. I'll show you the bottom. It's hot. Okay, so now we'll go shut off the inverter, and we got the inverter plugged up for the camper here. We got it plugged up here. That way I can run that ultrasonic cleaner off the solar panels. So we'll come down here. Hopefully the batteries get charged today. We're partly cloudy, partly sunny. It's fully sun, and it's crazy. Somebody asked if I fixed the solar panels the other day. The answer is yes. I got them fixed. They're working. So I might have to do it again. I cut grass and now this side's acting up. I might have hit a wire when I was weed eating. Yeah, I didn't come in here, but something might got a hit. So we'll take a look at it. But the top side, the top 6, they're doing good. So, had an interesting day today. So the guy who has this leaf blower and a snow blower, he's 92 years old. His son's 60 years old, and they're both my customers. I've worked on all their equipment before. But a while back, his son brought me a chainsaw. It was an old McCullen or something, and I cleaned it up, got it running for free because I overcharged him on a previous job and I felt bad about it, and he said don't worry about it, but I didn't charge him anything. So when I went over to pick this stuff up, the guy says, boy, you worked on that chainsaw, it doesn't work. And I said, well, let me take a look at it, see if we can get started, because it ran good for me. So pulled it out and didn't have any gas in it, so I put some gas in it. I mean, it fired right off instantly. So he tried to start it, and he's having to hold the pole. You know, he's 92. He's holding my shoulder, trying to get his foot up on it, and he finally realized that, you know, he may not be of the age to use chainsaws anymore. So he says, I'll just give that to my son. So that's a really good idea. I think at a certain age, you shouldn't be running chainsaws. I know somebody's going to be offended by that, but if my dad told me that he was going to run a chainsaw, I would say no, you're not. I'm sorry. So anyway, you're going to give it to son. I think that's a great idea. I had another old man earlier this year with a chainsaw. He couldn't start it, and that was a small chainsaw. The one this one's got is pretty massive. So earlier this year, a guy brings his John Deere lawnmower over. Says it's not running right. And okay, so he brings it over and the gas was bad. So I drained the gas and started it up, and it ran fine. I mean, just perfect. I cut some grass with it, called him up. I mean, this was same day kind of service. I charged him hardly anything for it, barely anything. So he comes back the next day and says, it's not running right. So he brings it over, and it appears the bowl the float in the bowl is either stuck open or the needle valve is deteriorated. So I said, okay, well, we'll go ahead and replace the carburetor. And I said, you don't have to pay me for labor, just pay for the carburetor. So he pays for the carburetor. I put a new HIPAA carburetor on it, really good solid carburetor, runs fine. This was back in May, June time frame. So it's been 90 days. Now my warranty's 30 days, which is kind of standard for lawnmower mechanics, depending on the part. I mean, if it's an engine rebuild, it's usually maybe 90 days, but carburetors, that kind of stuff is 30 days, because what they'll do is they'll leave gas in it, it'll deteriorate, and it can wear things out in the carburetor, so you can't warranty it any longer than 30 days. So he calls me up. So it's been over 90 days since he had any work done to it. Says it's doing the same thing again. It's flooding out. And now it's flooding. I took spark plug out and gas is just pouring out. Well, either the float is stuck again on a brand new carburetor, or that needle valve is deteriorated. So I said, well, did you use it this summer? Yeah, only twice. I said, well, it's probably sat too long with gas in it and it's deteriorated that needle valve. Oh, no, I ran it quite a bit, but probably only about, the amount that somebody would use it 2 times. So he lied. He said twice, which is much different than, yeah, I ran it every week for 15 minutes. And then so I said, well, did you run up on a ditch? No. I mean, that fast. Because if you run up on a ditch, that float can come down and get stuck. And it happens quite regularly. I did it with the Beast just maybe a month ago. And I knew exactly what happened the instant it happened. But he said it so fast, I was like, nah, you know that's what happened. You ran it up there. So then he starts talking and won't let me talk. Every time I start to speak, he interrupts. And I didn't Google that behavior. That's a manipulation behavior. It's a tactic that knows that you've been caught in a lie, and so now you're trying to cover it up by not letting anybody say anything. He doesn't want, and he says, I don't have any money to fix this. And so I said, okay, bring it over. I will fix it out of my pocket, and then I'm done with it. I'm not going to work on it anymore. I figure once I'm starting to lose money on something, I mean, I've worked on 4 pieces of equipment for him for $40. And that included the carburetor that we bought. $40. And he just doesn't want to pay any money. So he's not a good customer. He's just wanting to get things done for free. And the thing is it's ran all summer. And now it doesn't work. Well, what's changed? Carburetors don't just work and then they don't work. Something has happened to it. Neglect, poor maintenance. You let it sit with gasoline in it. You've ran it up a ditch and the float is stuck. Whatever it is. So I told him to bring it over. Well, he starts to interrupt again and interrupt. And I just keep talking. I keep repeating the same thing. Carolyn thinks it was a bad idea, but Google actually said just stick to the facts. Come up with a plan and repeat the plan until they say okay. So at the end of the conversation, he was like, yes, sir, I'll bring it over and we'll get that. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, he was he knew he was caught. So I'm not going to do any more business with him. I'm not seeing the point of doing businesses with people who are going to manipulate and lie and try to steal services from you. I'm just not interested in it. It's too much effort. This is a hobby business. And although I like to do the job and I enjoy it, there are just as many people here who enjoy that I do their work for them. I mean, a father and son bring all their equipment over here. I'm always busy with their kind of stuff. This guy with the push mower, he's always over here. That chainsaw, that's the second piece that he's brought over here. I've donated items to the community, so they're thankful. So I'm just not going to deal with these people. Carolyn and I were talking about, and she said, well, enough people think that you're a jerk. Word's going to get out that you're a jerk. And it might. But there are going to be people who are not convinced of that. I mean, the people who think I donate more, one of them said, you're just a blessing. So yeah, you're not going to convince that person I'm a jerk. The thing is the people who are calling me a jerk are the ones that are liars, the ones that are trying, well, the two that we brought up in our conversation, both of them are liars. The other one was such a manipulator. Everything had to be on warranty. Everything was a warranty item. So I don't mind fixing things that I have messed up, but when it's obvious that I didn't mess it up, it's ran all summer. We're at 90 days. Carburetors don't go bad like that. That's not how it works. Either you left gas in it after I told you not to. You know, I put a shut-off valve on it. All you gotta do is shut the gas off. He didn't. Thing is, this thing's got a fuel pump, so it's unlikely that the valve, the needle valve is bad. He's went up a ditch and it got stuck open. That's all it is. I don't get people. I mean, I guess I do get people, but in this case. So anyway, if you'll click this up next box to take you to a video where I was working on something on the other channel, really appreciate you. Go check it out. So I hope I can inspire you. Figure out how to do it. So you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.